Milan? Milan, are you there? Milan? Milan? Milan, are you there?
Milan, I need you to type in chat.
Milan, are you there? Milan? I hear. One like, okay? Oh, he's in chat. One like, okay? Oh, he's in chat. Two now watching. Come on, it's Milan, I'm guessing. It's Milan. It's Milan. Two now watching. Come on, it's Milan, I'm guessing. It's Milan. It's Milan. No. Maybe not.
Welcome to 888 Casino, the capital of live gaming, with the largest number of live online games in Greece.
G'day mates, welcome back.
Let's watch. Shall we watch some Aussie for a bit? Alright, come on. Let's.
In today's video, I've got a lot to cover. We have Stable Ronaldo making the biggest announcement of his career. A lot of people saw this coming, but it was honestly so ridiculous. You're not going to want to miss it. Also, we have a new update live on Fortnite, one of the biggest ones we've seen in such a long time, and we had no downtime, no warning. It was pushed mid-tournament, so some regions started the tournament on one update with no tax and infantry rifles, and then halfway through their tournament, all of a sudden there's tax and infantry rifles in the game. Mechanical parts have changed. I'm going to talk about it and what I think it also means for next season, whether they're actually going to get rid of crafting and primal weapons. Also, we had all the cash cups from the trios events, and I mean, we have a lot to talk about. We had Amar almost winning and placing using the crayfishing strat. We had a whole bunch of other stuff break down, so let's jump into it. Just quickly before we jump into today's video, guys, I'm sorry this is a little bit late. I know it's not my usual upload time. I actually did a 24-hour straight stream yesterday. Didn't sleep, didn't nap, took no breaks on stream, watched all the cash cups back to back, and also that's why my voice is a little bit off as well. On that note though, I'm going to be doing viewing parties constantly for the next few days. We've got DreamHack, we've got FNCS, we've got the cash cups. If you haven't already, check out my Twitch channel, swing by and say good day. I'd really appreciate it. So I woke up from that 24-hour stream and I jumped on Twitter and I saw Ronaldo tweet out, "This is my biggest announcement ever, actually. Probably will change my whole career path. Stream starts in 30 minutes. And obviously a whole bunch of people started replying to this. He's quitting Fortnite. He's quitting Fortnite. He's going to do variety streams. He's going to quit streaming. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Everyone was going crazy. I was tuning into the stream. I wanted to find out because, again, it's no surprise at the moment. Ronaldo doesn't seem like he's enjoying Fortnite that much. Doesn't enjoy streaming Fortnite that much. And when he streams other games and other titles, he has ridiculous success. So a lot of people started to see this coming, but let's see what the announcement was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how much to say. There's a lot going on Twitch. Obviously, I'm not as happy as I used to be playing Fortnite. Quit the game, unknown. But I'm deciding today whether you support me or not. I am going to be making a switch. And I know there's a lot of people here. It's either you support me or you don't. But my switch is, yeah.
This guy. No! No!
All right, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to clickbait you guys. I'm sure most of you already saw it. It was so much fun. It was a hilarious stream, but it did open up a conversation I want to have. And I don't think Ron is quitting Fortnite. I'm not really sure. I don't really get it. I think it was just a bit of content and a bit of fun. But like I said, it wanted to open up this conversation about going and trying out variety and other streamers who are moving on and potentially gonna move on, because I think Ron is one of the funniest dudes in Fortnite, and I genuinely think he will have one of the biggest careers after Fortnite if he does move on from it. But I think Ron's just that competitive that he's not doing it. Like, I don't like this mentality that I see of a lot of streamers who it's like, you know, oh, they're not quitting Fortnite, they're not moving on because they're scared of losing viewers, or the numbers are gonna go down, or they like the money. I think a lot of people are just holding on because they do still love Fortnite. They just want it to be in a better state, which causes that frustration. But I thought this was an absolutely hilarious stream. Do I think it means that Ron is actually retiring now and doing just chatting, or
Nah, but I don't think Ron will ever retire. But he full on got us there. You can't lie.
or variety or whatever it was? I don't know, because he ended stream right after it. That would have been the perfect time to then run that in to a variety stream. So I'm guessing he's still around, but I wanted to show it. I thought it was great. All right, moving on. Let's talk about this new update that Fortnite just launched. So we had a tweet by Fortnite status that 2 favorites return. Unvaulted the tactical shotgun and infantry rifle. Doubling chance of crafting parts in floor loot again. So they've now doubled the double. Mech parts dropped from cars increased by 50%. Improved loot chances for fish spots, supply drops, and bunker chest for favoring classic weapons. So, what does that tell you? Epic knows that we hate makeshifts and we hate crafting, but because it's part of the storyline, for whatever reason, because it's part of the season, they can't just get rid of it. Because this is like the 5th update we've got that's just made makeshifts and primals more and more irrelevant. And now we have 3 shotguns in the game, 2 of which you could use, and I'm going to talk about it soon, whether you should use pump, tac, my thoughts on them. But we now have 2 shotguns people are actually going to use, and a primal shotgun that you will not touch unless you're forced to. And now you're getting so many mechanical parts. I mean, I got 7 last night from 1 Lambo. I got 9 from just breaking a truck. Like, you get so many of them now. There's no need to use the makeshift basically ever unless your drop is completely shambles. So they're just making it more and more irrelevant, which makes me think we are not going to get it next season. I think Epic has realized, Fortnite has realized this season is one of the worst ones in a while. I'm going to admit that. I'm going to say that. I still love watching competitive, but if you guys watch my streams, this is the least amount of time I've spent playing Fortnite in a really long time, because I find it a bit stale. I find it a bit boring right now. I need a big map change and preferably a big meta change too. I'm thinking something like the water season. I know that wasn't everyone's favorite, but how fun was it? It was new. It was exciting. That's what I want right now. And I know that might have a big effect on competitive, which I'm scared for, but right now I think more pros are going to start quitting because they're bored than if the meta was a little bit crazy and fun, but it maybe wasn't as competitive. I don't know. Give me your thoughts on that in the comments. But infantry rifle and tac, how is it going to affect competitive? I watched all the cash cups yesterday. That was part of my 24-hour stream. I watched 12 hours of cash cups back to back, and what I saw from the most part from the starting tournaments towards the end tournaments, the start did not have the update. Remember, this update got pushed through live with no downtime. It just happened, and then all of a sudden there was infantries and tacs in tournaments. But what I saw was the tac shotgun endgame is insane. It is really, really good endgame when you're running around low ground, mid ground, and players aren't on 100 health. You can just clean them up so much quicker and get so many more refreshes with attacks, especially the epic and legendary variant, because they also do 80 damage to walls, which is more than a pickaxe, and they shoot so fast. It's really, really good for piece controlling walls. I think that it, like a lot of people are saying, it feels like it's been buffed. I don't know if the tac's been buffed. I think it's as a result of the last time we saw tacs in the meta, purple pumps could still 1 pump. Now that purple pumps can't 1 pump, if you jump into someone's box with a tac, as long as you hit your 2 tac shots, it is guaranteed you kill them before they kill you, unless they have a legendary pump, because the best they can do is 189. You can easily hit for 110 back to back faster than they can shoot 2 pump shots, and they die. And like I said, when it comes to tournaments and endgame, because not everyone is 100, the pump just isn't as good. Some players are still going to use it, a lot of players are, but I genuinely think the tac will become the meta, especially the laggier the lobbies get. So if you miss a shot or you have pump delay, it's not going to affect you as much. Now, the infantry rifle is an interesting one. I find it really fun in arena. It's going to be really good for surge tags, and if you've got someone on your team that is insane with it, it will be strong. But ultimately, the lack of ability to apply pressure on walls and spray is going to hurt you a little bit. But what I can see is usually having someone who's good with the infantry rifle run it during the mid game and then give it to the tarper at the end game to run it with a tac shotgun, because the tac shotgun for the tarper to piece control and take walls as they break through tarps will be so strong, because you can't really run an infantry rifle and a pump. If you miss your pump shot, you have no follow-up. You are going to struggle. So the fact that you can now have the pump, the infantry and the tac does work. So maybe if the tarper has phenomenal aim for mid-game surge tags, they can hold it all game. But I could see like the IGL holding on to the maybe like one of the fraggers scars or something like that while they look for storm surge tags with the infantry rifle, and then end game swap it back so they can use that to pressure walls, get into boxes, and do all that kind of crazy stuff as well. Also, the mechanical part change, obviously I just talked about that. It is insane. You get so many mechanical parts now. So this has buffed the really, really good drops, but most of the good drops already got enough mechanical parts like sweaty sands, like steamy stacks. But the lesser drops where maybe you only walking out with maybe 15, 20 or even 10 mechanical parts or your whole team couldn't upgrade, now you're getting essentially double that and finding more on floor loot. So shamble routes and worse POIs, technically in my opinion, I think got a bigger buff, because instead of running around with potentially primals or maybe makeshifts, you now have a much better chance of getting actual mechanical weapons. I also have to mention how funny the timing is of this new update. We get this crazy new update with new weapons, a whole bunch of changes, no downtime, and there's only a few other times we've seen updates like that with no downtime, and they push them out and they give us a lot of what we're asking for. And it's when Apex Legends came out, and what was released today? The new Apex Legends season. So I have to think that Epic's maybe feeling the pressure of that competition again. They're listening to the community a little bit more, and they're giving us a bit more of what we want, which is a good thing. That's why we love competition in this as well. So I had to mention that in there. I don't know, maybe you don't think it's true. Maybe you just think it's a coincidence, but I couldn't help but notice yesterday getting an update live instantly is very out of the blue for Fortnite, and it just so happens to be right before Apex has a huge season that right now is taking over Twitch and getting a lot of people to go try it out. Moving on to the trio cash cups, we had some really notable performances to talk about, one of which that everyone's going to be asking about was Mongrel, Mitro, and Milan placing. They finally placed in the money again. They came 18th on 181 points, 10 games played with 2 victory royales. Now, Mongrel was actually streaming this cash cup as well, and because I actually woke up, played with 2 victory royales. Now, Mongrel was actually streaming this cash cup as well, and because I actually woke up for once, I got to watch it, so I get to finally give my thoughts.
Oh, fuck.
One of which that everyone's going to be asking about was Mongrel, Mitro, and Milan placing. They finally placed in the money again. They came 18th on 181 points, 10 games played with 2 victory royales. Now, Mongrel was actually streaming this cash cup as well, and because I actually woke up for once, I got to watch it, so I get to finally give my thoughts on this team. The thing that scared me the most, despite placing, despite looking like Mongrel's mechanics were insane, absolutely dominating, it doesn't look like he's having fun, or whether the whole team's having fun. One of their games, I think it was, their second last game, or even their last game, they got a 15 elim second in their last game and an 11 elim second in their second last game. But there was one game where they were on ultimate low and Mongrel was fragging out. They were dominating everyone, going through tarps, just popping off. I was getting so hyped, and then they got the second place, and there was just no fun or excitement. So everyone keeps asking my opinions on this team. I don't think they're washed, or I think they can place. I just think they're burnt out or not enjoying it, whether that's because they don't enjoy the game, whether it's because they want to be back on top winning everything. Maybe it's like a chemistry thing, playing together. I don't know. But the sad part for me was we finally saw them place, and it just didn't feel like it. And again, this is a team that I really want to see on top, a few of my favorite players in the scene, and I hope something changes, because they're placing, but I don't know if they really care. The other thing I wanted to talk about from the EU Cash Cup was actually Amar. Again, if you guys don't know, you probably should know. He is the viewing party GOAT. He is the German streamer. Also streams in English as well. But he's not a pro player, right? It's fair to say he's not a pro player. And he picked up Craze teammates, and they were teaching him how to do the fishing strat. And he won 3 games, almost won the 4th game if they didn't get stream sniped and griefed. And they potentially, if they knew how to figure out the strat earlier, because, you know, first couple games they had to figure it out, he could have placed. And this is the point I want to make. I get it's fun. I love this fishing strat. And when I mentioned this on stream, I've said a few people, but I think this strategy needs to be fixed. It needs to be nerfed or taken out of the game. And I know everyone keeps saying, no, it's a viable strategy. It takes game sense. It takes intelligence. I get that. But Amar learned it in about 2 games and was able to win multiple games, 3 of them back to back in a Cash Cup. And there's no way to counter it. I know what you're saying. Oh, just drop on them and contest them then. But if you're second in FNCS, if you're Mr. Savage's team at Steamy Stacks, you can't just drop at Slurpy Swamps to grief another team from getting the victory out. And then if you then end up coming 2nd place in that game, they win the game. And because of that lack of points, they now don't win the FNCS. I'm sorry, I can't agree that that's fair. That's not competitive. Yes, it's fun. It's hilarious. And in Cash Cups, I don't care. I'm just scared ahead of FNCS finals, ahead of reboot rounds when victory hours mean the most, and ahead of grand finals. If this strategy is still in the game, this could potentially throw the FNCS. And again, you could disagree with me. You can say they deserve the win. That's excellent. But I love Fortnite to see the best players go head to head. And I'm not seeing them go head to head. I'm seeing someone walk around at the end of the final zone looking for a team that's not there, and they're 10 miles away in Slurpee. It's funny, but I don't want to see that lose someone their FNCS grand final. Alright guys, that does it for another video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on any of this.
It really is debatable. Oh wait, Ian Hughes, hi. Yo, I am online 5 minutes. 5 minutes before the cup starts on. Yo, Milan, if you're still there, bro, just say hi. I'm sorry I haven't been paying attention to chat. I was watching Aussie. You still there, Milan? Milan, are you still there, bro? Milan? Milani Wani. I'm gonna live stream on Twitch now, guys, so I'll be on there streaming Cash Cup. No, sorry, Cash Cup, what the hell? DREAMHACK. Because if I get view partied, it's more like to be view partied over on Twitch. Even though I probably will never get view partied, but might as well. So see you later or on Twitch. Cow_vlogs.